air to provide a cool environment to those seated below. Opposite that, you can see the palanquin, the mode of transport for the landlords. While the master and his mistress would seat in the palanquin, four able-bodied men employed as porters would lift it on their shoulders or heads and carry them. In front of you is a picture of Sant Mirabai carved out of a single laterite stone. Mahendra Alvarez, who conceptualized ancestral Goa, single-handedly sculpted this image by using traditional tools. His labor of love has been recognized as the longest sculpture on a single laterite rock in India.
Let us go out to have a glimpse of life in Goa then. As you move in the recreated village at different places, you will be explained through the sound system. Listen carefully and please move on as and when you are requested to do so. Thank you. Standing up to this role. Here is Dimo welcoming you to his land. Let us take a look at Goa as it looked then. Hello, I am Damyan, the local fisherman. Why are you gaping at me? Is it because of what is covering me? Is this a...
You can now see a section depicting some of the houses and occupations along the coastline. Behind you are the huskers at work, dehusking the coconuts on a simple implement called kubra. While the coconuts would be sold in the market, strong ropes would be made from the coir on a simple machine, which later were used to make various items including mats. You can also see some of the tools and implements used to pluck coconuts, repair rafters from the stem, etc., all nicely placed in the cupboard there. Further ahead is a typical fisherman's hut erected by the seashore, sturdy enough to withstand the strong winds. It was made entirely with parts of the coconut tree. Fishermen did all their work here. Notice the various implements used by them, like the oar, the anchor, and don't miss the wooden needle used to repair the nets. A picture of fisherman's patron Saint Anthony is prominently displayed in the hut, and they would pray to him before venturing into the sea. Please climb the few steps to have a look at the life in the interiors where farmers or agricultural laborers live.
After climbing the steps, to your right is the house of Zuam with mud walls and cowdung plastered floor. Their traditional attire, kapot for ladies and kashti for the gents, hangs in the balconies. The kapot is a sari draped in a unique style and with a signature print in basically three colors.
Which company?
Zuam's wife, Katarine, is wearing the red kapot
It's
as
written
she
in the back
cleans
side.
rice
Let
in
me
her
check it out.
veranda. The satisfied farmer had a song on his lips and a cheer in his heart that was very often expressed through songs with a gumot, a percussion instrument made of an earthen pot that had one end covered with a hide as an accompaniment. Incidentally, the gumot was used by all communities for this celebration. Up on your left is Martin, the toddy tapper. Returning home with the toddy in his pot and the kati, the special sickle used to prune the coconut fluorescence to extract the toddy, from which Goa's elixir, coconut feni, is distilled. Behind you is the kettle shed, which was there in most households. All the implements like the plough, the leveler, etc. that were required to till the land are displayed here. Each kettle head had a different bell tied around its neck, so that the farmer could identify it with the sound of the bell. Did you notice the different types of beedies used in those times? There they are in the glasses, made by rolling tobacco in the leaves of jackfruit, banana, kuda plant, etc. But most significantly, every cow shed had a tortoise shell kept on top, as it was believed that this shell had a calming effect on the animals. Note the mud and cowdung plastered pot, Polgo, the thermos flask of those days. Next to the cow shed is the haystack, where the fodder for the ruminating animal was stacked.
Opposite the haystack is a typical cashew trading distilling unit. The cashews are collected twice a day by the family members. The women folk separate the nut from the apples and the men crush the apples under their feet. The juice is collected in pots for fermentation. Once fermented, it is put in the big pot and boiled. Vapors are collected in the small pot where they are condensed by pouring water on the pot, and the resultant first distill is called urap, which is a light drink and is mostly consumed during the summer months. Urap mixed with more fermented juice is once again distilled, and the second distill is the cashew feni, quite a potent drink. The nuts were roasted and kernel was removed from them by cracking the nut open, as the lady in the green sari is doing. From the remaining nut shell, oil was extracted from and used to waterproof boats and also as a pesticide. Ahead is a cross. Such crosses dot the Goan landscape as they were erected anywhere and everywhere, but with a purpose, either in memory of the person who died there or at lonely places so that passerbys could get solace with the thought that God is with them.
Aying income for 230 rupees.
To your right is the mashil. You can get the feel of being a local
आपको
here.
इनकम बोर्ड निकालना है 60 रुपीस
Photograph the
बहुत अच्छा आएगा मैडम
However, you will
खाली
have to
30 रुपये
as
और
you
दो
will
एक
have to